Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live on Wednesday, November 9. You can find me every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I never say standard or daylight savings because I don't know the difference. I don't know which one is when you turn it off and which one is when you turn it on. I have no idea. So it's Eastern Time, whatever Eastern Time is. So you can find me every Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on my Facebook business page here for my Facebook Live. And you can find me any other time on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. So today I'm sharing with you, I'm going to be using the Leaves of Holly bundle, and I chose that, hi Nancy, hi Jamie, I chose that bundle because that is going to be the next stamp set that I'm featuring for my Dazzling Card Club. So I just opened registration for that. Just a sec. Hi Cindy. That is always on the first Tuesday of the month. I just started it a couple months ago. It's always on the first Tuesday of the month. Hi Dot. And I have 3 different times on Tuesday, and then I also have that same week, later in the week, Friday morning. I'm going to refresh my screen a second. I forgot to do that. I got right into what I'm using today because I'm so excited about it. Morning, Kathy. Just a sec. It's refreshed, but now I got to find comments. Okay, now I can see them. Hi, Marlene. So Card Club is, we make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, and you get $20 of product with your, I forgot to turn off the light. Just a second. I keep seeing something above my head. Light behind me doesn't help me. It just makes things a problem. So you get $20 worth of product as part of your class, and then you get to make 8 cards. And I am offering it in the mail now. I hadn't offered any of my classes in the mail because I'm not good at getting to the mailbox, just to be quite honest. But I had somebody ask me, and so it was a good time to try since it was just one person that had asked, and so I'm doing okay with it. It's a good way to start. So anyway, and the classes are so much fun. So anyway, so I'm going to be using Leaves of Holly. So if you can't tell by the name, it is a Christmas stamp set, so it will be Christmas cards. Okay, so I have a few of you on here. I'm going to get going with my randomizer. For those of you who don't know what a randomizer is, honestly, it's my name for a website that picks names. Hi, Terry. That picks names. It draws names for me. So I put everybody's name that tells me that they shared my video last week in this website, and then I can click start, and it will tell me who my winners are. Dot, you are my first winner. Congratulations. And I think I have 3 cards from last week. I forgot where they went. I brought them down here somewhere, and after taking pictures, and now I don't know where I put them. Okay, Dot Alighire. Ooh, congratulations. And thanks for sharing already. Okay, so I'm picking another name and starting. Jamie Rose, winner number 2. You're on 2, right? I think I said hi to you. Congratulations. Pick another name and start. Marsha's hoping she doesn't get picked. Deanna Edwards. Marsha didn't get picked. It was the randomizer, not me. Deanna Edwards. I don't know if anybody saw her comment last week. She's like, people are gonna think the randomizer is I forgot the word she used. Rigged. Too funny. Okay, so we're done with the randomizer. Okay. All right. Good job to have a good attitude, Marsha. Okay, so we're going to use leaves of holly, and I'm going to show you the stamp set and bundle while I'm up. But then I'm going to show you, well, I'll show you designer paper too. Okay, so here's leaves of holly. And this was the stamp set, or at least the dies, that I used with when I did the, what do you call it now? Floating frame technique. So here are the dies, all but one. I'm going to be using one a little bit later. So you have some that do the outline, some that do like all the detail of it. This is for the berries. There's some pine things. This just greeting thing. This is for behind the other one that I'm going to do. At least I'm assuming it fits almost perfectly. So, anyway, that's the dies. Thank you for sharing, ladies. Okay, and then here's the designer paper. So there's two sort of versions of this. This one's a bigger, these are bigger poinsettias. This is not the one that we use for the, here's the back for the floating frame. Here are these. The sun actually goes this way. It's trees up and down. I mean, they all probably do, but I'm showing, for some reason I always show them sideways. I guess that fits in the screen more. Okay, so here's a smaller version of this. Can you tell the difference? We use this for the frame. Here's one. This designer paper has quite a few greens in it. Here's the last one. Well, Cherry Cobbler, Poppy Parade, and Real Red are in here, but also Evening Evergreen, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Shaded Spruce, Soft Succulent, well, Soft Suede, and Sahara Sand. Anyway, lots of different greens that you can work with. So that's always a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to put you down and start stamping. I have a change of scenery for when I put you down. I have these grid papers that I haven't used. I don't know why. But they were actually from On Stage at Home. When I was part of that, we were sent products hi Carrie. We were sent products home. And I just never used it. So you probably can't tell much, but it's different. Sorry, I don't mean to bump you. Okay, so here we are. What do I want to do first? Okay, so the first thing that I want to do, for any of you who were at my World Card Making Day shoebox swap, or were in the email, you only would have been in there if you were at it. I found my mask that I was missing. This is my favorite one. It was so ridiculous. I went to, thank you for sharing, ladies. I went to the event. When I got home, I couldn't find my mask. And I emailed, just a sec. Can't talk while I'm wiggling the plastic. I got home and unloaded all my stuff, and I couldn't find my mask. And like everything, and the weird thing is I was the last one with this particular project. I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. And so anyway, I couldn't find it. And then it came up again the other night at my team meeting last week. And Nadine asked, well, is it in your Stamparatus? Because that's what we used it with. I'm like, well, I don't know. Well, it was. So anyway, I thought I was going to have to buy the whole set of things again because I was missing my favorite one. Okay, so I'm going to show you all the designs. So this is a bigger one and not double lined like this one is. This one is my favorite. I'm going to lift this. No, I need to tip it a little bit more. I went the wrong way. Just making sure that I'm in camera correctly. Okay, then this one you have both the, I guess I'll say the positive and the negative. So you could put this down and use your blending brush in that, or you could put this down, or I have the other one too, and use your blending brush around this. So you have two different options on that. And there's this one. This one's really detailed. I feel like that would be, I've seen projects with it, but I feel like this one would be the hardest one to work with just because you have so many little holes to get into. I don't know. Haven't tried it yet. Today, I'm using this one. So, one of the projects that I've seen, actually it was one that I had received with using these masks, showed it with not completely doing the whole piece of cardstock that you're doing. So I've been liking that, and it helps you if you have a design that you're putting on top of it. It sort of helps soften the area or whatever. So I like using my Stamparatus with this. If you're not familiar with the Stamparatus, I guess I should show you. I'll show you the plates. So the Stamparatus comes with two plates. You can't close them at the same time. That will like make it break potentially. But this is a stamp positioning tool. So you actually have 4 surfaces that you could have stamps on. So you line your cardstock up, you put your stamp on it, you press it down and you lift it up, and then your stamp stays on your plate here. And you can do that and flip it so you have it on there. So you have 4 different surfaces that you can do that with. But also part of this is how the Stamparatus can work, is there are, just a sec, I'm getting these out now that I'm done with it. I have to be standing straight up and down or they won't come out. It comes with 2 really strong magnets. You have to be careful with them. I had a dream, maybe even been last night, I'm not sure. I had a dream that one of these just dropped and broke. I'm like, oh man, I'm breaking everything today. Anyway, these are really strong, and that's how you can keep your project in place. So you actually can ink it up and re-ink it and stamp it again in the same exact place. So, but I like using it with this too. So I'm going to have this help put a little bit of adhesive down. And I'm going to put this on here. So this is sticking with just a little bit of adhesive. And then this is going to be sticking with my magnet. So it will hold it where I want it to be. Okay, I don't need any plates because that's not the whole point of this. Okay, so I'm using Old Olive. I chose my lightest green that I'm using for later. And I have my blending brush, and I just chose a dark green. I'm not using a brush for every color. I sort of started out that way, but I'm going to have to buy more brushes or run out of them if I keep doing that. So I'm just going with, I sort of rubbed it out, and I'm going with Old Olive now. So I'm going to tap off some of it, and I sort of want it sort of at the top and at the bottom. I don't really want it everywhere. Just to give a little bit of interest. Okay, so now that's all I'm doing. I just want a light version. Can you see it? Okay, so now I'm going to stamp on top of that. So when I take this off, I just had a little bit of adhesive. I twist it off, and then there's not really, or there's a tiny bit here, but it's not bad what you have left behind here, and you can get it off easily without like ripping it or whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to take, so I have these two stamps. One is the background and one is the detail. So I'm going to take this with Old Olive. I just saw Dot comment. I know she loves Old Olive, so she's going to like this. So I'm stamping right on here, and then I'm stamping again. I heard this was called second generation stamping. I would just call it stamping off. I don't have fancy words usually. Okay, so now I'm done with this color. And I'm grabbing Mossy Meadow. It goes well with Old Olive, and it's darker. So now I can take this detail and add it there, and then add it here too. So I stamped twice with both of them. Okay, so now I want to add berries. Hi, Dina. Oh, you're a winner, by the way. I know, I love this. I love two-step stamping. I'm not sure how much I do it anymore. It used to be my favorite, I'll say, technique. But I just love it. Okay, so now I have berries. And this also has the base and detail. So I'm going to use Real Red for my base. Just going to put some in there. I'm not stamping off this time. I want it full. And then Cherry Cobbler for my detail. So for you that's coming on, oh, Dina, I just remembered, she saw them because she was here at the last one. So this stamp set is what I'm going to be using at my next Dazzling Card Club. So it will be, thanks, Dot. And thanks for sharing already, Dina. So we will be using this at next card club, which will be December 6th and 9. The 9th is just 10 a.m. The 6th is 3 different times during the day. Okay, so I have this stamping done. Now I want, first I want to show you this stamp case again. Thank you. I'm so glad that you like it. So what I'm stamping today is not exactly what we're making. I'm showing 2 different samples with the stamp set besides the 4 that we're doing on Card Club Day. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. So on this case, you see, and Joy, Peace. Those are all different stamp sets. That's probably why they put it in that order. Plus it fits well in this little triangle area here. But the cool thing about photopolymer is you can mount it, or your Stamparatus, you can mount it all on the same block. And I did actually have to, I cut a tiny little bit off the border of and, so I could get piece as close as I wanted it. So anyway, I have this all together, so I don't have to stamp all three images every time when I stamp this here. So peace and joy. So pretty. Okay. So now I'm going to start putting my card together. So I just went with a real red base, and this is Old Olive cardstock. And I need my silicone mat. I was going to do, I considered doing a, what do you call it? An embossing folder for my card base. I may have even said that last week too. First of all, I don't know where this one embossing folder is. I'm sure it's under stuff or around stuff. But also, I just like the clean look. So this time, I don't always do it this way. But this time, hi Lenny, I put this, my background down, or my matte color down, but I'm going to use dimensionals on my white. Usually I would put dimensionals on the back of my mat and put them both down, but I just wanted it a little bit different. It gives just a little bit different look. Okay, so we're going to put this down. Okay. Last thing is some rhinestones. Where did I put those? So I'm using red rhinestone basic jewels and my take your pick tool. My putty tip is sort of squished, but that's okay. Hopefully it's still working fine. Okay, so I'm going to start in the corner and just make a line up. This one, center one's off a little bit. There we go. And I'm all done. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. Thank you, Cindy. Okay. So done with that one. Okay, so my next one uses a die that is really cool. The card itself is pretty simple except for this die. So look at this cool die. It's a green die. Why do I have so much shadow? This is really bugging me. Oh, this isn't shadow. That's that. I guess it's my phone. I don't know. Just seems different. Well, as long as you share or have shared already, Marcia, you're in the drawing. Okay, so this die is really cool. It's thank you so much. It is obviously like I'll say a tag. I don't really know what to call it. Like where you're gonna stamp your greeting, but then also there's this the holly leaves are attached right to it. So because I almost always stamp my words on something white or vanilla, I just like it to be seen. I like it to be clear. Especially if I'm using a tag. Like I wouldn't stamp my tag typically on something that has color. But then that means that your leaves are white also if you're stamping this with color. So I wanted to try something different. And we're not using this particular, well, we're using this die at the card club, but we're not using this other product. I'm also using, I gotta find where my package of them went. they're adhesive, foam adhesive sheets. So I measured them. They're 4.25 by 4.5. And they're like the material that is dimensionals, but they're just a full sheet of it. So I took the backing off and I put soft succulent on here. And so it's attached to here, and then the back has the backing just like dimensionals do. But you would take it off on the front. But then it's thick. So I decided I wanted to use that with this die. And so I did. And I'm not using it right now, like running it through the machine right now, because it takes, I'm not sure it was a good choice, but I wanted to show you still. It takes a bit to get all these little pieces from the holly leaves out. And it's even harder with the sticky foam adhesive. Oh, hi, Janet. Thanks for sharing. So anyway, I just wanted to show you what I'm using. And I'm going to put the card together. It's actually simple once you have that part done. So I have my white card base. This is the designer paper. And I cut it down because I wanted a lot of white to show. So I have a nice border with white on it. I guess I should say of white. Nice border of white. Okay. Then I already took the backing off and did everything here, but I put it back on the backing. So here is my piece, and it's got these. Just a sec, I'm going to get the backing off and then show you. This might be the better way to show it. Can you see there's like there's a border inside this frame of nothing. Like it cuts that out. So I'm actually going to put this on my card. And hope that I don't stamp it wrong. Because I'm not sure there's a way, I guess maybe if I attached it with washi tape or something, I could have sort of positioned this and then stamped through here, but I didn't think of doing that until after I cut it. So now, me too, I love the trees too. Here's several of the greens in this tree thing. Okay, so now I need Christmas wishes is what's in this set. It's either Christmas wishes or season's greetings, or there's from our home to yours that's smaller, and what's the other one? Oh, to friends near and far is the other little one. Okay, so I have Christmas wishes, and I'm gonna stamp right on here. Yay. Isn't that kind of cool looking? I like that it's raised up. You can't really raise it up. Yeah, definitely something easy to rip. You can't really raise it up with dimensionals because of this border of nothingness here. Like then, excuse me, the outside edge would just sort of dangle. Okay, so now I'm going to spruce it up just a little bit. The first thing that I want to do is I'm using this. It's called iridescent trim. And I'm just going to cut a piece. I know, I love the border also, but it is a little bit finicky, I'll say. Okay, so I'm going to make a bow. I don't know why I've been doing these lately, but we had two projects. Or I had two projects yesterday. One my people made, and the other I just made. So I'm going to make a bow. So I'm starting with bunny ears. and then crossing them. And then this little hole that you made by crossing them, you tuck one of the loops through it. So, I don't know why sometimes it goes down. So then I just get it. I want it to be tight, but I also want my loops to be the size that I want. So I'm sort of doing both, going back and forth. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it before I put it down. I went with this because it looks like snow to me. It makes it look very wintry. Where's my... Looking for my mini glue. Oh, there they are. I hid them from myself. It just looks very Winter Wonderland to me. If you've not bought dimensionals in a while, they're on the back now. I don't use them very often. So I'm going to press this right on my mini glue dot and lift it off. And then I can press it onto my card. I'm going to go right in this corner. And then the last thing I'm going to do, besides adding my iridescent, what do I call it? Iridescent trim? Is that what it's called? Yes, iridescent trim. This is in the mini catalog, by the way, the iridescent trim. The last thing I'm going to do is add more bling. So I'm just going with the basic rhinestones, just the silvery ones. Just because of the look of this card. Like, red made sense on this one, but white makes sense on this one. Just, I don't know, I like the white and the green, and it just makes sense to me. So I'm going to do a few here. Sort of like those are the berries on those leaves. And then I'm just going to do a couple down at this one. And there we go. My card's done. Okay, so I'm going to put you up. So I have to upside down you, put you backwards again. And I need to lift this whole thing up here a second. And this up. Sorry, sort of unnecessary close-up. But I had to make sure I was in position before I tightened it. Okay, so thank you. I'm glad that you like this. So here's my card. Doesn't this just look like you should have a hat and mittens made of this and go skiing? That's what this card looks like to me. I don't ski. I don't wear fancy hats. This just totally makes me think of it. Like, we went to a lodge and we went skiing, and it's just what it makes me think of. Okay, and then here is my first one that I did. So I want to show you one more thing. It's the same. Thank you, ladies. It's the same card, but I had to try something. I'm not sure that I like the effect, but I'll show you anyway. So I told you, like, it made me think of the Winter Lodge. I added more bling, and I added some snow to the words, like as if it were a roof. So we have that puff paint that's in the mini catalog. And so I tried it on here, and I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. I just put it on the top of Christmas. Can you see it? And then it was too much bling, so I decided I wasn't going to go that route. But what do you think of the Christmas with the snow on top? You think it's too much, or you'll have to wear your Stampin' Up hat? I know. I thought of that when I talked about that. So Stampin' Up has some branded products, including my mug that I have. We have them in all the in colors, but they also have a Stampin' Up! Beanie, and I decided I wanted one, so I got one. You're shivering? Yeah, too much bling. But what do you love the Christmas snow though? Okay. Yeah, too much bling, but the Christmas snow was just sort of a fun add-on. Thank you. Hi, Teresa. Thank you. I'm glad that you love the Christmas snow. I didn't know that you were watching. Teresa's my sister. She's the one that lives in San Antonio. And I never blogged about it, and I plan to. I finally asked if I could use pictures on the internet, and then now my blog's down. Well, so it's weird. It's displaying, but I couldn't load pictures. Well, then last night I got an error, and then I could load pictures, and I still was like, I had opened a ticket to the people that deal with my website. I'm like, okay, suddenly it's working, but a second ago it did not. Please look into it more. Yep, I agree. Okay, so like I said, the the leaves of holly is what I'm going to be using for my card class. You can take it through the mail. One thing you need to keep in mind though, if you do it through the mail, is the class fee that I have. It includes the product that I include. So like typically half a pack of designer paper, embellishment, and ribbon. That's typically what I would include. And then like all the cut card bases and stuff like that, but no stamping. So if you do this through the mail, you'll need to either get these stamps or use something of your own that would work with my designs that I have, because it's Stampin' Up! Policy we're not allowed to stamp and send it off to you for assembly. Like, you have to do the stamping. I don't exactly understand why, but that's the policy. So you do have the option. You can register right through my my invitation that I sent you, and you can either choose to well, so since you're so close, Cindy, you could come and pick up your packet so you don't have to pay for shipping. But typically through the mail, it's an extra $10 for priority shipping for me to send out everything. So you can register through the mail. I changed it this time so that if you register through the email that I sent you, you don't have to pay for it online. But your check needs to get here by my registration deadline, which is November 26th. It's a Saturday. So anyway, so Cindy, if you, I guess how you could do it, if you wanted to come and pick it up as opposed to paying for the extra shipping, what you could do is, there's a choice for you when you go to register. You choose the time that you want to come, because the event itself, when you first look at it, it only shows the morning time of December 6th. But then when you actually go in to register, there's choose a time, and there's Tuesday at 10 a.m., Tuesday at 2 p.m., Tuesday at 7 p.m., or Friday at 10 a.m. And then there's an in the mail option. So you could choose in the mail, but then you could also choose if you just want to send a check, mail a check, or bring it to me. If you prefer to pick up your packet, you can choose in the mail, and then choose to pay by check. Does that make sense? Hopefully if I'm picturing how the registration is, that's how you can do it. So you would only choose let's see, how do I say that? Well, so if you choose in the mail, so the event fee would be more if you chose in the mail. But if you're sending me a check, then I'm assuming that you are, if you're paying for the $10 less, then I'm assuming that you're going to come pick up your packet. Does that make sense? So I also have a Stamp-A-Stack, which is going to be 16 cards. Registration for that ends this Saturday. And we're going to be making 4 cards, 4 designs, 4 cards each. So 16 cards. So that date is Monday the 21st, either 10 a.m. or 7 p.m. And registration for that ends this Saturday. Okay, good. I'm glad it makes sense, Cindy. Okay, that's all that I can think of right now that I have for you. I'm so excited on stages this week for demonstrators. And we are, my team and I, and lots of other demonstrators are heading to Indianapolis. Some are going to other locations because there's other local places. The 3-day event is in Vienna, Austria, and one of my friends, some of you might know Cheryl Lentz, excuse me, she and her upline went to Vienna to celebrate. Her upline hit $1 million in sales this year, and she hit 500,000. So they went to Vienna to celebrate on stage there. So that's so fun. But I'm going to miss her at Indy. So, but I have lots more people. I get to see Nancy and Carrie are on here. Some of my team members are going to be there. Terry's going. I forgot who all is on here right now. Is Sherry on here? Sherry's going with me, but I don't remember if she's on right now or not. So anyway, so excited. So excited. Okay. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you again next Wednesday. Let me know if you have any questions about classes or anything like that. And I will talk to you again soon. Have a great week. Thanks. Bye.